The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it.
I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale.
We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light.
My name is Sergeant Michael Sotelo, and I am an air transportation specialist. You know, there's some things going on in my personal life that kind of caused me to be out this particular night and having some drinks, and then I just wasn't ready to head on back to the house for whatever reason. So I left one bar and my wingman, and then went to another bar by myself, and then that's pretty much that was the critical mistake right there. Stayed there till pretty much the bar closed down, hopped on the bike, don't even remember really getting on the bike, and you know, started heading back towards the house. And unfortunately for me, you know, I kind of regained consciousness, or, you know, figured out what was going on, you know, right before I was gonna make impact with another vehicle. So I had to, you know, make a choice. I decided to lay the bike down, and then fortunately for me, you know, I just minor scrapes and real superficial type stuff. My supervisor and my superintendent came out to pick me up. For me, you know, it's just shame. I don't want to look at them. I don't want to look them in the eyes, because you just let them down, you know. And being an NCO at the time, you know, that you're expected to be held to a higher standard. You know, you can't make mistakes like that. Admin demotion, which there's a lot of shame in that, going from a staff to a senior airman, and then you know, you just let everybody down for the most part. I wasn't able to drive on base, you know, so if there was anything going on the flight line, I wouldn't be able to do that. You know, I just kind of got stuck in a teaching role for the most part. But with the admin demotion and obviously loss of rank comes loss of pay, and no matter what the state of Arizona does or how much money they take from you, which you know, it's maybe a slap on the wrist. You know, you may lose $2,000–3,000 or something like that, but when you drop down in rank for a couple of years, it's about a $15,000 pay loss.
I am Staff Sergeant Holly Sotelo, and I am an Airman Leadership School instructor at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. I was pretty happy. I had a fiance. We were getting ready to get married. I was been a weapons troop for a couple of years, and I was enjoying my job. I really liked where I was at. Had a lot of friends. You know, everything was really going really well for me. I had actually cut my wrist at the time for attention. Nothing like deep or anything, because I was just completely distraught. It was a lot for me to take. I'd probably been about 2 weeks into therapy and getting my own place, and I used to ride motorcycles, and I had a CBR 600 FRI at the time, and a couple of my crew chief buddies were like, hey, let's go up riding up the mountains, and I say, sure, wow. You know, let's have some fun. I need to get out of this slump that I am in. And I went to take a corner, and I either tapped my brakes wrong or I caught gravel, and whatever the cause was, I lost control on my back tire, and it was bouncing left to right, and I felt I had two options at the time. A, I can let go of the bike and slide out, but Ryan, who was right behind me, he'll have to like swerve around me, or he might drop his bike himself and hurt himself or die, or there's this 20–30 foot cliff off the right-hand side of the mountain, or on my right-hand side, and when I decided that I know I was going to go over the side of the mountain, I didn't think I was going to survive, and so I was pretty scared. And I had closed my eyes and kind of just accepted what was coming, and I let go of the bike. And I felt myself hit on my right side, and I felt myself hit on my left side, and I spun around, and then I landed in this water. There was a creek at the end of the cliff. And so in my mind, I was thinking, man, did I even break anything? I can't believe I survived this. And I opened up my eyes and I look up and I see my wrist was completely rotated around. Nothing was protruding, or none of the bones was, but it was completely, my metacarpals were completely bunched up on the right-hand side, and my hand was twisted all the way around. It looked like something from Frankenstein. I couldn't believe it. My heart's starting to pound, and I'm starting to panic. And then my right leg, it was an obtuse way over my left leg, so I figured I had I broke my right leg. I thought I had broken my knee at the time. And then on the bottom of my foot was hurting on my left-hand side as well, and so I figured I had broken something there. And there were nights where I would fall in my bed and I would have to try to, crawl onto my bed or go into the bathroom. And taking my first shower was pretty difficult. My brother confesses saying that Chris had actually hit the girl aside of the head with a bat, and I had killed her, and they took her body out and burned her body in the mesa and buried it. And then I went to New Mexico to be with my mom. So I got there Monday afternoon, and Tuesday they had a visiting hours. So I went to go Tuesday morning. I went to go visit my brother. The security guard who was making rounds found my brother hanging from his top bunk. And so I always wonder to this day, if I was just a little bit sooner, could I have talked him out of doing that? So I was looking down and I just knew that he was gone. And so I remember just holding my mom and just crying together and I just couldn't believe, this is my baby brother, this is my mom's son, this is my family, even though he's done horrendous things, it's still not easy to see that and to see what he's going through.
Hello, I'm Major Doug Whitehead, commander of the 355th Security Forces Squadron. I was assigned to A20th Security Forces group out of Moody Air Force Base, and our job was to deploy to the high-risk, high-threat areas, first-in type force. High ops tempo, off-base patrolling. First security forces really patrolling off-base, not just driving a few kilometers outside the wire to go to the village and hand out soccer balls. We were over there, my young men and women did a just fantastic job, outstanding job. Where Army casualty rates were 30% or higher, we didn't take any. I didn't lose a single troop downrange. What I lost them to were suicides when we got home. And so that coupled with the ops tempo, I didn't realize it at the time, but I was becoming very angry. And that's difficult to comprehend, and I still don't comprehend it. I don't think I ever will. I dealt with it in the way I was dealing with everything else, was just pushing it down and pressing on because I had other things to do. I had missions to accomplish, and I had airmen to lead. I feel it. I feel the rage. I'm angry about everything, and I'm not sure exactly why or how to deal with it. And it took a relationship that I had that started from back home before I even came in the Air Force. Long-term relationship. And at that point in 2007, when she came to visit me, told me that she didn't know me anymore.
I was able to test again for staff in February, and your back's against the wall. I've always said that adversity defines you. It defines who you are and how you respond to those situations when things get tough. That's when you realize who you are. Everybody goes through something in their life that they're going to have to respond to, that they're going to have to pick themselves back up from. You know what I mean? That you're going to have your people around you. You're going to have your supervisors, your coworkers, and hopefully they're there to support you. But ultimately it's going to be you. It's your decision.
Why would this even happen? I mean, that's a lot of things in a row to happen at one time to one person. I just didn't think it was fair. As dark as moments are in life, it does get better. Hence, hey, I broke both of my legs and my wrists, and I haven't scored below a 90 on my PT test the last 5 years. So as dark as it may seem at that time, it can get better. So I know when I'm going through hard times that it will pass. I learned not to dwell. When you think about the negative things that happen, and everybody has negative things that happen in their life, but I notice when you think about the negative and you only focus on the negative things, you become a very sour person, and it's really hard for you to see the light in things. And you know, life isn't easy. I mean, you get hurt physically and mentally all the time, and you know, but you can't be afraid to open yourself up, because yeah, when you open yourself up, you do get hurt, but you also see so many beautiful things in this world.
So I went and talked to a chaplain. That was my choice. And it wasn't really about God and religion. It was about life choices, triggers, events, how to understand what those issues were, and that it was okay to feel those feelings. If you get hurt, it's okay to feel pain. If you lose somebody you love, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. And if you get to the point to where you're ready to tap out and you just can't take it, it's okay to raise your hand and ask for help.
When anything, as dark as it may seem at the time, that you will overcome it.
You need to be positive. You need to keep yourself moving forward.
You know, those feelings are normal. Those feelings are okay. There are wonderful folks around each installation, between a chaplain, mental health, the MFLAC, and others, to assist you with what you need.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
I'm gonna show you how great I am.